Hello, hello. Welcome to the Magical Moms podcast for episode 3. And today we are talking about Disneyland secrets. Ooh. You know, Lindsay, you and I have been to the parks so many times that we see a lot of things that most people don't notice when they go to the parks. And we are here today to share some of those things with you. We're not going to gatekeep these things anymore. We want to share these things with you. We want to bring you into the loop and make you feel like a Disneyland local.
Yes. Yeah. Because these secrets have served us well in the past, especially when we've gone with our kids or when we just need like a little break. So we want you guys to know these as well because they're really good secrets.
Yeah.
Yes. Before we get started, though, we want to make sure you follow us on all the socials. We are at Magical Moms Podcast on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. If you want to watch our episodes, which has been a fun new thing that we've been doing, we do have a YouTube channel, and we are Magical Moms Podcast. You can go ahead and search that on YouTube as well. And if you want to follow us personally, I'm Chasing Magic Daily on all the socials, and Bridget is at California Disney Bliss on all the socials. Yeah. Also, if you could leave us a review, we would really appreciate it. It helps us so much. It helps our podcast get out to new listeners so that they can know these secrets as well. But if you could do that, we would appreciate it. And we actually have a new review to read from you.
Oh, yay.
This one is called Cozy Disney Content, and it is from Annie Banani, which I love. She says, I really love the podcast. I went to Disneyland for the first time in 2001, and ever since then, I have gone countless times. I enjoy all things Disney, new and old. I appreciate how fun the podcast is and give me some of that Disney magic sprinkled throughout my day.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that so sweet? Yeah. Thank you, Annie Banani.
Yeah,
that was so sweet of you.
Aww.
It's funny because I actually, I texted our friend Anne right before this, and I was like, did you leave us a podcast review? She's like, no, I didn't. So this is a different Annie.
Well, thank you, Annie.
Yes, so very exciting. And then we also want to invite you to join our Patreon group.
Yes.
We actually have a new member, Albert. So Albert, welcome to our Patreon group. We're excited to have you. In our Patreon group, we have things like tip sheets for you guys. This is where we are doing our meetups. So if you want to be part of an in-park meetup, we give all the information in our Patreon group. We have a private Facebook group. We're going to do a virtual hangout. All kinds of fun stuff if you join us in that Patreon group. So if you want to join, we do have the link down below in the show notes, or you can go to patreon.com and search Magical Moms Podcast.
Yes. Okay. Well, and we're going to be doing that meetup soon. So stay tuned to that. We'll be sharing more details on our social media pages for sure.
Yes.
All right.
And I think we're ready to just get right into all the secrets.
Let's talk about these secrets. Okay. So Disneyland is huge. The Disneyland Resort is huge. There's a lot there, okay? You know, most people know that the Matterhorn, the inside of the Matterhorn, there's a basketball court inside of that Matterhorn, and the cast members use it. They can use it. They have used it in the past. You know, you can look that up. That's kind of one of those secrets that everybody knows. Then most people may not know that when you're riding the Disneyland train and you stop off you go to the New Orleans Square stop, you're going to hear like the Morse code, like
clicking.
You know, and you know that that's Walt Disney's opening day speech from 1955, July 17th, 1955. A lot of people know that too. And then most people actually don't know, though, that there are over 200 cats living at the Disneyland Resort, which is Walt Disney's which is Walt Disney's idea to help with the rodent, population and not having to use a lot of pesticides or other alternative methods to get rid of that rodent population. And you will see the cats like walking freely around. Lindsay and I we saw some kittens.
We did
one night, and it was so adorable.
Cute.
There's a cat named Lucifer in downtown Disney by or the Earl of Sandwich like pop-up truck. He or maybe she, I don't know, lives there, and that was they were kittens, Lucifer's kittens, and like they're so cute. They're so cute.
I know, they are very cute.
They're well taken care of by like the cast members. They're very, very looked after, and even when they get to be a little bit older or not able to withstand like kind of like the outdoor elements, they are adopted by some of the cast members. So that's really, really sweet too.
Yeah.
But
those are the ones kind of like, people know. We want to share like the things that are going to make your trip a little bit easier.
Yes. So I feel like, right now it's still springtime, but we're going to be hitting the hot summer temps. And for a lot of people, just finding like a spot that is shady to sit down at with their kids or just by themselves or whatever, that's kind of hard to find, especially when the parks are very busy and when it's really hot. When it's really hot, everybody's looking for shady spots.
Yes.
So let's talk about our secret ones that we go to that we don't always tell people about.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, let's open up with the one. There's one near Edelweiss Snacks, which if you're not familiar what that is over near the Matterhorn. So it's like the little cart across from the Matterhorn. It's where you can get the slushies, right? And the cheesy bread.
The garlic cheesy pretzel bread.
Yes.
And the bratwurst.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of good things there. But there's this kind of like hidden eating area behind that cart.
Yeah.
It's actually, I should have looked this up beforehand. There used to be a ride there. Do you remember the ride?
It used to be like the boats. So they used to have boats there. So it almost looks like a dock because it's on the water. There's water on each side of it. And if you really look, if you're looking at it, if you look to the right, you'll see like where the dock kind of actually was. And it's got a beautiful view of Small World. It's got plenty of tables, but most importantly, it has shade.
Yeah, a lot of shade.
Yeah,
it's covered. And the monorail goes by right there. It's a pretty view of the monorail as it goes by.
Yeah. We've done a lot of nap times there. And Jack has even had a nap time there, my husband.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those areas where most people don't know about it. There's almost always a table you can find. And there's also an outlet at the very, very end of that area. On the post, there's an outlet. So if you need to like charge your phone or laptop or whatever. So we've been there many, many times for that. But it's also a very peaceful area. So that's one of our good go-to spots. Another go-to spot.
Wait. I was going to say real quick too. Yeah. Sometimes you will get lucky, especially once the parks get a little bit busier. There's oftentimes characters that go and roam around there.
Oh, yeah.
We have seen Peter Pan in there. The Mad Hatter and Alice. There's been a couple times we've seen they go and they sit at the table and they have a little tea party with the guests. My daughter got to do that once. It was really cute. But that area is kind of like, sometimes characters will kind of like go and wander in back there and kind of like hang out in there. So if you're lucky, you might catch someone back there.
Yeah, because the characters want some shade too.
Yes, seriously.
Alice is probably like, I'm melting. I need to go.
Yes.
I need to go there too. But yeah, it's just a really good spot. And we'll be sharing about that on our social media pages too, because it's a great spot. Another good spot that most people do not know about is by the exit. So it's across the exit from Big Thunder Ranch Mountain.
Mountain Railroad.
I'm sorry, Mountain Railroad. Gosh. Not enough coffee.
You're thinking the ranch, barbecue
I'm thinking
ranch,
the barbecue
whatever.
ranch, that place.
Way back in the day.
But across from that attraction, the exit of that attraction, you have to kind of, if you don't really look for it, if you look completely straight, you'll see a ramp, right? And that ramp goes up to like a little landing area. It's almost like a dock that also over is kind of like the water. And over there's usually about 4 different tables. And during the summertime and like sunny days, like months, they'll have umbrellas too. So there is shade there. But most people will miss that. It is such a great place to rest or just just take a breather or bring some food, because you get to see the ships go by. You get to see the Mark Twain riverboat go by. You get to see the sailing ship Columbia go by. And it's a very, very peaceful spot. And I can't even tell you how many times people walk right past and they don't even know it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, because you definitely have to be looking for it. It's a tiny little platform, but like you said, a couple tables. You can go up there and just enjoy some, I would say peace and quiet. I don't know that it's that quiet, but it's definitely away from like the crowd, and you're kind of like tucked back in there, which is nice.
Yes, and it's also a good spot to get photos.
Yes,
we've gotten a lot of good photos there too, especially like when like one of the ships are sailing by. It's a good like photo spot too.
Yes,
so I like it for that.
Agreed.
Then if you're in that area, I wish more people knew about Tom Sawyer's Island. I really do. Tom Sawyer's Island is
kind of hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem of Disneyland, and it's a big part of Disneyland's history. And most people really don't know what's there. It's not really talked about. You take a little ferry over, and the ferry is right across from Haunted Mansion. Mm-hmm. And it goes back and forth. It's a very short ferry. It's a couple of, like, maybe it's like a minute. I mean, if that. And then there's the island. And the island, you can walk around. Your kids, oh my gosh, my kids have spent hours there. You can like hunt for gold. You can go inside the caves. I will tell you, my kids are not scared of the caves, but we have been with other friends, and it can be a little bit scary. The caves are very dark, but they're so much fun, and they're interactive.
They are, yes.
They're so interactive. And when it's hot, those caves are so cool. It's like, it's such a relief from like a hot day to go in those caves. But there's also bathrooms on that island, and there's also a water bottle refilling station. I believe that there's actually 2, and it's always cooler. There's always a little bit of a breeze, and it is like 80% shade.
Yeah. And it also has one of my favorite little secret eating spots. So over by the bathrooms, there are a couple of picnic benches, and it actually kind of overlooks where the Mark Twain is loading people on.
Yeah.
So it's a great spot. I used to take Torsten over there, and we would go and we would sit, we would have our lunch, because I would bring our lunch back in those days.
Yeah.
I would bring our lunch out, we would eat, we would watch the Mark Twain go by. And those, I mean, I don't think I have ever seen people like sitting there. Like I've always just like walked up and there's like nobody there. So if you're looking for like a quiet little spot, if you bring your own lunch, or I mean, you could grab lunch and bring it over. It'd be a little tricky with the ferry, but if you pack your own lunch, that is a great eating spot, because there is truly nobody ever there. It's got pretty views, and then you go play.
Yeah.
You go play with all the stuff. I was kind of laughing when you were talking about the caves, because I am a bit claustrophobic, and I have tried the caves, and my heart gets pumping, and I'm like, I think you guys can go and I will stay back. They're a little too tight for me. I have done it when I've had to chase Torsten around in there, but it is personally not my favorite. My kids don't mind it at all. I personally have a hard time with it.
Well, then you never want to come with us, because Jack, every single time, he will hide, and then he like jumps out and like scares you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Jack has done it so many times that like our kids know that he's going to do it. But when we're with other people, they don't know. And he literally almost made one of our friends like pee their pants from being so scared.
That would have been me.
I know. It's so bad. But it is like one of those spots where like if you see your kids like getting like overstimulated, or you're getting overstimulated, it is really a relief from a busy park day.
Yes.
Like it is just, has always been our go-to. And it's just a hidden gem. So if you go, even if like, you know, I know for a lot of people that are going to Disneyland, especially because you're spending a lot of money to be there and you want to pack in all the attractions and everything like that. It's just one of those things that if you just take like 20 or 30 minutes out of your day to do, it will really reset the rest of your day, and you'll be more productive for the rest of the day. Or if you're waiting for like a lightning lane, great spot to just chill out. So that's a good spot, a hidden gem. I really do think it's a secret because so many people don't know about it. But let's switch over to Disney California Adventure.
Yes,
because I know you've talked about this a lot. One of your favorite spots, like to take a break from the crowds and the sun, is right by Grizzly River Rapids.
Yes. Yeah, it's the secret little pathway behind Grizzly River Rapids. It is, so it used to, way back in the day, it used to be the smokers area. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
That's what it used to be. And so I personally never walked there because I had no reason to walk through there. But that was like pre-COVID, and then post-COVID, that kind of all went away. And so now you have this beautiful area that you can walk behind. It's good for so many reasons. One, I like to actually just go back there to just kind of avoid the crowds because it's just never crowded back there. So I'll like walk that way instead of walking over by like the front of the ride. I walk behind the ride. If you have a baby that is napping, or you want some like natural white noise, as you walk back there, you hit the waterfall from Grizzly River Rapids, and it is this like natural white noise, and it's so pretty because it's just this like shh is all you hear. It's a great spot for a napping baby. And then there's also, if you walk that path and you go all the way to like where the ride has the drop, there's a cool area, and I really don't think people realize it's even there, but when you're on the path, you hit it, and you can go down and you can walk and you can watch the ride, the drop, and you can get wet. Like, I love going there on a hot day because you can just stand there and like get wet from the water that splashes when the things go down.
That's like one of my kids' favorite things to do, by the
Yeah,
way,
it's so
because
fun.
they try to like dodge the water.
Oh,
you
yes.
know, like
Yeah.
not get sprayed. I mean, we have spent a lot of time there, and it also just like the
great.
mist will even get you like cool.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, so it's a great spot. I love that quiet little path back there. I film a lot back there because there's nobody back there. Like, I don't know, I just like it. It's very peaceful.
Very, very peaceful. And it like you said, like most people do not know about it.
Yeah.
So, and also right there at that entrance, or, you know, I guess it could be an exit too, but by that walkway, there is a couple of phone charging areas there. I believe that there's two, and you can charge your phone right there. It's actually the Disney Vacation Club hut. So it's right
where the bear is.
Where the bear is. And so there's a couple of charging phone stations there. So we've used that a couple times. Another favorite spot of mine is right across the way at River Creek Challenge Trail. River Creek Challenge Trail is a hidden gem, period. You know, it's just one of those places we go to almost every single time we bring our kids to Disney California Adventure. There's so much for them to do. There have been times where we've just gone there, right, and had snacks. It's just a great playground. They can do rock climbing. You can go down slides. You can go into the cave. And like, we've talked about this before in the podcast, but it's a great place for parents to bring their kids. But also, it's a place that Jack and I go to even when we don't have our kids with us, because it is, without question, always 10 to 15 degrees cooler there.
Yes,
Always.
it is very shady.
It's shady, and I guess, I don't know if it's because of, you know, you walk down the path, you know, to like go to where like the slide and play areas are, but it's just always cooler there. And you can bring food and drink there. And so there are many, many times where Jack and I have been on a date and we just got like a cocktail and we took him there to sit down and relax because it was cooler and there's not a lot of people there. And there's almost always seating there. So that is another spot that we always go to, especially when it's like crowded, busy, and we just need a break and we need some shade.
Yeah. Great spot. That is a great spot. My kids love Redwood Creek Challenge Trail.
I know.
Yeah.
I always get nervous whenever there's like a big announcement, a big Disney announcement, that they're going to say, you know, we're going to get this. We're bringing this to Disney California Adventure, but because we have to get rid of River Creek Challenge Trail.
No,
I am knocking on all the wood because it's just one of those places that it needs to always be there because it's just such a special spot. So go there on your next Disney California Adventure Day. But now let's talk about food.
Yes, let's talk food. You're the foodie.
Yeah, food is a big deal at the Disneyland Resort. And getting food is one thing, but once you get it, where do you go? That can be a big problem on a busy day. It's been a problem for you and me, Lindsay, sometimes where we're like, we just get some food and we don't even know where to sit. So let's talk about, because, I treat Disneyland and Disney California Adventure like a food court. My family all have different tastes. Cern wants this, Max wants this, we want this. You know, no one's ever going to be happy. That's what mobile order is so great. We mobile order from this location, this location, this location. I ask for a tray, and then we all meet up at one spot, at one table to enjoy our meal at, right? Yeah. So my number one favorite spot to go to when this happens is the Plaza Inn. So the Plaza Inn is right off Main Street at Disneyland. It is a buffet-style restaurant for character dining. But after 11 a.m., anyone can sit at the tables outside. Anybody can. So the Minnie's breakfast character dining experience is done after 11 a.m. daily. So that area then is open to anyone who wants to sit down and enjoy it. I have brought so many meals there, I can't even tell you. But they have these beautiful umbrellas, and they have the shade, and you have a view of the castle.
A lot of shade,
So it is my go-to spot. Definitely, that is my number one spot that I go to. And then also behind Harbor Galley
Yes,
You and
that's
I
one
have
of
been
my
there.
faves.
Yes, behind Harbor Galley, which is just a little quick, service dining spot where, of course, they have the famous chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
If you're looking at Harbor Galley, if you just look to the right, there's like a very narrow walkway. If you have a double stroller, you will not be able to get through it. But there's just a little narrow walkway, and if you just walk around the curve, there are sometimes they move the tables, but there's usually around 5 tables there with a lot of shade. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet.
Yes, it is very quiet. And what I like too is, because I've sat there before with my kids, if you continue on the path, so you kind of walk the path, you hit the seating area, and then there's another path that kind of spits you out over kind of near like the front of like the drop of Tiana's. But if you stand along that path, you can actually see the boats from Tiana go underneath you. And so it's a cool spot. Like we've done it before where like my husband and my oldest were on the ride, and then we've waited there to see them, and they were like, "Hey, Dad!" Like we like wave to them as they go by. So that's a cool little spot that again most people don't know about because it's very small and you kind of miss the path unless you know to look there. Otherwise, you're just going to walk right by it. You're having no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think I went to Disneyland like heavily, like for days. Or sorry, multiple times, like a week, for years, and I never even knew about it. And so it's definitely a spot you're going to want to check out. It's also like just a cool like spot to like see, like you were saying.
Yes.
Okay,
sure.
So let's talk about downtown Disney. Lindsay and I were just talking about this before we started the podcast. There's a lot of great food options in downtown Disney, a lot. However, once you get the food, where do you sit?
Where do you go?
Where do you go? So if you're not going to a restaurant in downtown Disney and you're just doing one of the quick service spots, right? Maybe you're getting like a treat, or maybe you're going to Tendita, or maybe you're going to Wetzel's Pretzels, or whatever it is. Where do you go? There isn't a lot of seating in downtown Disney that are outside of the restaurants. So last week when we went to Tendita, we got the most amazing breakfast burrito. Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it. If you're a breakfast burrito person like we are, like we're big on breakfast burritos. This was like one of the best ones I've had in a very long time in Orange County. So
oh wow.
Yeah, it was so good. And it's very simple. It's like you just order right there on the screens. But then we got this like beautiful burrito and the kids got Wetzel's Pretzels. I'm like, where are we sitting? Like there's 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
We went to Starbucks. So Starbucks has all that outdoor seating. You don't need to get a Starbucks to sit there. I mean, if you want to, you can. They do have mobile order at Starbucks at that location on the Starbucks app. So you could always like wait for your mobile order there, or you can just bring your food there. Wetzel's Pretzels serves breakfast, Lindsay. I don't know if you know this. It is the only Wetzel's Pretzels location in the United States that serves breakfast, and it's so good. It is so good. Like we're obsessed with it. Yes, the breakfast is so good.
I had no idea.
So you can get the pretzel bites, but they put the everything bagel seasoning on, and then they serve it with cream cheese. Just get it. Just you have to get it. Oh my gosh. Then they also do like how they do like the sausage pretzels, right? Like but these for breakfast, it's the maple breakfast sausage, and then they give you maple syrup dipping sauce with it. And then you can get like an egg sandwich, like with like pretzel and everything like that too. It is so good.
This is news to me. I had no idea.
And it's only till 10:30 in the morning, to the point where like my son has an Apple Watch and he'll be like, we have 20 minutes. We have 19 minutes. We gotta go. Let's go. Yeah. But it's so good. So so after you get your Wetzel's Pretzel, after you get your breakfast burrito or whatever you're getting, go sit at the Starbucks. They have like, they probably have like 12 tables, and half of it's in shade. So, I mean, given the day, of course. Yeah. But like most of it's in shade. So that's a really, really good spot to sit down at because, Porto's Earl Sandwich is no longer there, right? That was it. They had a lot of outdoor seating.
It had a lot.
Porto's is going to be huge, okay? In downtown Disney, when it's done, it's going to be huge. However, I don't know. We don't know right now what that seating is going to look like. It might just be for the patrons of Porto's. So there really isn't a lot of spots to sit at. So go to Starbucks. That's where we went.
Yeah. Smart move.
No.
All right, why don't we share a couple of our little secrets from within the park that are not food,
Okay.
that are not rest areas, that are just kind of little things that us Disneyland locals know about.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you go first.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm actually going to start with one of my personal favorites, which is the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough experience. I back when I shared a lot more like tips and stuff on my page, this was one that always got a lot of attention, and people were always like, "What?" Like I had no idea. So the castle at Disneyland, Sleeping Beauty Castle, is actually an experience in itself. You can walk through the castle, and the entrance is over by if you're looking at the back side of the castle, if you're standing in Fantasyland looking at the castle, it's to the right. There's just a little door, and it just says like castle walkthrough. And you can go in and you walk through the castle, and it tells the story of Sleeping Beauty. There are like animated windows and doors. There's like a beautiful book with all like the story of Sleeping Beauty on it. There's like Maleficent that you can kind of like see her shadow. It's a really beautiful walkthrough experience. My kids love it. They always ask to do it. It's great. If you're just kind of trying to escape the sun, if it's a hot day out. I will say it is not cool in there. It's not air conditioned or anything like that. However, you will be out of the sun for a little bit. So, but I personally love that one. And I feel like it's not talked about enough that you can actually like go in the castle.
Have you ever waited for the soldier to come out? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Of the door that's
of
like,
the guy.
"Arr."
Yeah, and he comes out and he'll
Yes.
like scare you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so fun because like
Yes.
you'll hear him go, "Roar, roar,"
Yes.
and then he pops up. We have like stood there and waited for that soldier for a long time. My kids love
That's
it.
so funny.
My kids love it.
Yeah. It's a great experience. I love that one.
That is a great experience.
Oh, and I will add too, if for some reason you are not able to walk the experience, again, if you're standing in Fantasyland looking at the castle, to the left is an area where you can go in and experience the walkthrough. So if you have a wheelchair or something like that and you can't walk through, they still make it so you can experience it. So that room is to the left.
Yeah, when I was pregnant, I went into that room.
Nice.
Jack would take the kids, and then I would like the older kids, and I would go in there and just be like, I'm experiencing it with you,
Yes.
Also, at the submarine, Nemo's
Yes.
submarine, they also have a room like that too. If you can't, if you're claustrophobic or you just, whatever your reason is, if you don't want to go and experience the physical ride, you can go into that room. It's right next to the entrance, and you can experience it visually. So that's very cool. Going back to Sleeping Beauty Castle, one of my favorite things is every single day, daily, unless there's some, a special event happening, at 12 o'clock, the characters and the Disneyland band come through the castle, and there's a little show in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle, and then they go down Main Street. Well, if you go to the exit of Bippity Boppity Boutique, right before the entrance to Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough, there's a little like bench there, and you can sit there, get there around 11:40, and what you can do, you're going to want to stay there though, this is worth the wait for like 15-20 minutes. Right before 12, all of our favorite pals come out, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, and Pluto, and they hype themselves up before the show starts.
Yes.
And it's all of them.
Very cute.
And they're just like getting themselves like ready, and they do like very, very cute moves, and like it's just a secret thing that most people don't know about. You can like watch them get pumped up before they walk through the castle, and I love it. I have seen it probably 15 times, and every single time it's been like a different experience.
Yeah.
And so if you want to see all those characters at one time, take some photos. You cannot get close to them. You can't go up to them.
Yeah.
But if you just want to look at them from afar, do their thing, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And
It
that's
is really
daily.
cute.
It's every day. Another thing, let's talk about like walking around someplace. A lot of people don't do this. So after fireworks, it can get very, very busy at Disneyland, or after, the show, if there's no fireworks, after the projection show. So at 9:30 is when either the fireworks go off in front of the castle, or there is the, nighttime spectacular. And then everybody leaves. right? Everyone, not everyone, but a good portion of the park leaves.
Vast majority of people leave.
There's a lot of crowding. Crazy. And then if you're waiting for the tram, it's very, very busy. So Jack and I, what we've always done ever since the kids were little, we go upstream. It's like we're salmon. We're salmon going upstream. We go the opposite direction. Everyone's leaving and we're going this way, which is a experience in itself. And we always go to Galaxy's Edge. And the reason why is no one is ever there. No one is ever there past 10 p.m. It's just not a busy land. And while I'm not a humongous Star Wars fan, I become one at this time because you walk around the land, it's dark, and the land comes to life. You get to hear like all the noises and the sounds of the land. You get to hear like the different I don't know what you want to call it, but like the different like machines like making their noises. It is very cool. It's very peaceful. You can get yourself a Ronto wrap. You can get yourself like a little treat, or you can just like enjoy the view. And we've always done that. And then we leave the park. And by then there's no more crowds. There's no more people waiting for the tram. And we've just had a very peaceful, fun experience. But we've done that so many times and no one's ever there, and it's just a really great way to experience Galaxy's Edge without all the crowds, because when the people are there in Galaxy's Edge, you can't hear those things, you can't see those things, you don't notice all the things that make that land so special, and at that time you really can. So I love it.
It's a great tip. It is leaving right after fireworks is like never ideal. I understand some people have to do it, but if you can avoid it, it is definitely worth avoiding. For sure.
And if you really do need to leave right after fireworks and you don't want to like be up close to see the nighttime spectacular, watch it by the Disneyland train station. You can still see and hear a lot, and then you can be like one of the first people to leave, which Lindsay and I have done that before.
Yes, and I actually just did that. I went with my mom and my daughters a couple nights ago, just the four of us, and we did that. We watched the fireworks, but we watched them from the flagpole. And then right as it was ending, I was like, okay, we're out of here. Let's go. So we missed like maybe the last minute of the show, but we got right onto the tram and we were out of there right away. It was great.
Oh, that's so perfect. Yeah. That's so perfect. Okay, so let's talk about something else. I think that one of the best, and this is what I think we'll end it with this, right? I think one of the best things that you can get on a Disneyland trip is a Disneyland silhouette. Whether that be of yourself or your children, or even you can bring a picture of your pet.
I was going to say your pet. Yeah.
Your pet. You can get a Disneyland silhouette done by one of their very talented artists for like $12. And they do it in under 60 seconds. Maybe it's under 90 seconds. It's one of the two. And it is amazing. Like if you've never seen a silhouette done in person, these cast members are so talented. They don't even like look. They're just like cutting. It's so amazing, and it's pretty affordable, right? And then you can either frame it yourself at home, or you can buy one of their frames. But because it's such a great thing to get at Disneyland, the line at the Silhouette Studio on Main Street can get very, very, very long. And by the way, that Silhouette Studio is open with the park, so it stays open till midnight.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and you can see like the line will be there. You always see a line. Well, you don't need to wait in that line. Go to Disney Anna, the Disney Anna store, which if you are entering Disneyland, if you go through the right side tunnel, that is the first store to the right. It's called Disney Anna. It's a beautiful store. It's one of my favorite stores. For if I ever win the lottery, I'm going into that store because they have very expensive things, but they have also beautiful artwork that anyone can buy. But they also have a couple of the silhouette artists there, and you can go. You get the same experience. Everything is exactly the same, but there's almost never a line. And when there is a line, it's like one or two people. So
people don't realize it's there.
They do not realize it's there. So go there, save yourself the time, and take home that awesome souvenir.
Yeah. You want to know a fun fact?
Yeah.
I have never done the silhouettes.
With the kids, you haven't done it?
Not with the kids, not with me, nothing. I've never done it.
You should do it with your mom too. Like it could be like your mom and you, and then the three kids, because they can do. Cute. I believe it's up to 6 people.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to do it.
Oh, or if your like sister goes like with her baby for the first time, that would be fun to surprise them with. you know, because I just love them, especially like when the kids are young, like because it's like the younger profile.
Yeah, yeah. Does Disney on it have the same hours as the Silhouette Studio? Do you know?
That is an excellent question.
Okay.
I don't believe they have the same hours, and I don't think they have set hours either. There have been times where if the Silhouette Studio is just not busy, that Disney on it won't be open for that because they don't need to be. It's more like always like for overflow, but because it's almost always busy, the Silhouette Studio on Main Street, it's usually open. But I don't believe it's open that late. But when you get to Disneyland as a cast member, they'll be able to tell you what their hours are going to be for that day. I do know that they fluctuate, but it's such a great deal. Also, like I said to myself the last time that we did it, I'm not going to buy the frame. I don't need the frame. I can save some money. But the frame wasn't that bad, and you get a Magic Key discount.
Oh, nice.
So and they put it in there for you and everything like that. Yeah. I love it. So I definitely want to do it. I want to bring my my pets photos because I want them to do it too. Yes. But yeah, you should definitely do it. You can do like a whole story on it. Yeah. See? It's so funny. It's like Lindsay and I, we go to the parks so often, but there are still things that we haven't done. I get asked all the time. I know you do too. Like, you go so often. Don't you get bored? Don't you get like sick of it?
I'm like, something new.
There's always something new. Like to the point where it's like, I forget like, oh shoot, I wanted to see that. And like, I'll even like, you know, it's just, there's always something new to see or something old to see that we haven't seen before. Right. So yeah, it doesn't get old going to Disneyland.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But those are kind of like our insider local secrets. If you guys have any kind of like secrets like this that you want to share, please like email them to us. You can email us at magicalmomspodcast@gmail.com, or you can just DM us on Instagram if you want to add some. We will go ahead and share those in our stories as well. And until then, just make sure you guys follow us. We appreciate all the support. You know, Bridget said this before, but it's so fun when we get to meet you guys in person in the park, because that's always such a highlight for us.
It is.
And if you want to leave a podcast review, we will definitely give you a shout out. Join our Patreon fam for all that fun stuff. Oh, and you know what we also do in the Patreon is giveaways. We forgot to mention that earlier. We'll be doing some giveaways in there. So lots of fun stuff coming to the Patreon. I think that's kind of it.
I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun episode. I really had fun talking about all this stuff with you, Lindsay.
Yes.
But
until it's always fun to share the secrets.
Until next time. We'll see you
real soon.
I love it.